and thanks for joining us. Maybe last year's predictions of the worst winter in 50 years were a little premature. The winter, it turned out, was fairly typical. But the spring, worst one in 50 years. The month of May on the south coast, much colder and wetter than normal, following the second coldest April on record. And in other parts of the province, relentless spring rains are keeping several communities on flood watch. Our top story tonight from Jane Kerrigan.
With more than 40 millimeters of rain having already fallen and more to come, city workers in Cranbrook are busy sandbagging, trying to hold back Joseph Creek.
It's terrible. I mean, I think she's gonna go.
I've never seen flooding like this before. I've never lived so close to a creek.
Heavy rain, rising waters, and cold has been the story across much of British Columbia this spring. And nowhere has it been wetter and colder than on the south coast.
You know, you have to go back to 1955 to find a worse spring in terms of the temperature. We're only 1/10 of a degree colder than 55, and we more than made up with it with the 70 millimeters of additional rainfall.
In fact, Environment Canada says our total combined rainfall for April and May is 183 millimeters. In 1955, the total was 113. And our combined average temperature is 9.2. That's 2 degrees colder than normal.
I'm getting pretty fed up with it. It's time we had some sunshine and a little bit afraid of the flooding in town.
Most British Columbians are getting very fed up with this cold, wet weather. Trees and plants are weeks behind. Tulips that should have been over 6 weeks ago are still blooming. Farmers are at least 4 weeks behind in the fields. And businesses that rely on weather are now feeling the pinch.
It's affected us a lot. Just in April alone, we were down 22%, and then we come into May, and now we're at 34%. It seems like every day we get up, it's raining.
Holly says it's the worst spring he can remember at this Langley golf course in 17 years. And it doesn't appear the weather will be warming up or drying up anytime soon. Snow is still falling in the mountains, adding to an already massive snowpack that could cause more flooding across the province.
The snowpacks are still accumulating, and so, you know, if we spring into summer really quick, there'd be some trouble in terms of flooding.
There are at least a dozen flood watches and advisories across the province, and more rain is in the forecast for much of British Columbia.
And with all of this cold, wet weather, a lot of sun-starved British Columbians are making plans to head south, anywhere where moss doesn't grow. And so a bleak spring for sun worshippers is turning into a very bright season for the travel industry.
Destination anywhere where the clouds are blue, not gray, and the sun is shining.
It's been horrible. It's been horrible. It's cold. It's cold. It's not spring.
Wet, miserable, just not much of a spring, I guess.
A lot of rain, too much rain. So going to Las Vegas for some sunshine.
Have you checked the temperature?
Yeah, 30 degrees and rising.
Travel agents say bookings to sun destinations have doubled compared to this time last year, when many British Columbians were staying home and vacationing in places like Whistler and the Okanagan.
All right, so I have found the price here for you to Honolulu.
It's the sun destinations that are becoming a little more popular, and we're seeing all-inclusives for around the $6.99, $7.99 mark. Hawaii for June, really cheap. There's packages with air and 7 nights hotel with a luau for $4.99 to Honolulu. So you can see why people are paying it and going to the sun.
Top 3 sun destinations for British Columbians: Hawaii, where it's 30 degrees today. Mexico, also 30 degrees in many beach towns. And sunny California. A stark difference compared to Vancouver, where tank tops and flip-flops are nowhere to be found.
So you're not disappointed that you're not in a tank top instead of the jacket right now?
Well, we knew it was coming, so it wasn't a big surprise.
Bad weather plus a strong loony, not enough to keep overseas tourists away. The tourism officials are hoping the sun drops in soon to heat up the local market.
We rely a lot on domestic travel, so people from other parts of Canada or British Columbia coming into Vancouver. So it could be that they are headed south to see the sunshine. We're just hoping that they will spend some time in our city this summer and make up for it.